La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Beloved viewers of MTA, you're welcome to another edition of our program Journey to Islam. In this program, we bring to you individuals who got converted into the fold of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'ah for them to share their experience with us to serve as an inspiration to others. Today on our program, we have our guest with us in person of Brother Lawal Ibrahim. Brother Lawal Ibrahim is a member of the Jama'ah who got converted at a particular point in his life and is going to be sharing with us his experience to serve as an inspiration to us and our viewers at home. Brother Ibrahim Sahib, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Wa alaikum
barakatuh.
salam wa barakatuh.
You're welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. So to begin with, would like to have your background, to have a knowledge of your background, your educational family background.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Lawal Ibrahim. I'm from a family of 6, where I happen to be the firstborn of the family. I'm a born Muslim before I converted to Islam Ahmadiyya, and also my educational background. I had my primary school in the north, Kaduna State, before coming down to Southwest, where I had my secondary school at Adeola Otola College, Jebode. Then after then, I moved to technical school, where I study electrical installation and rewinding, which I'm doing presently at Rightful Limited. I'm under their utility technicians, and also I'm also one of those who rewind the electric motors in the company.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing currently.
Alhamdulillah, Brahmi, Jazakumullah khairan. So we would like you to take us through your journey to Islam, your journey to Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'ah.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. It all started in 2014
2014.
when I finished my secondary school then. So I went to Ahmadiyya Mosque to offer the Jumat service. So during the Jumat service, it happens to be during the Ramadan fasting then. So during the Ramadan, they made an announcement that there would be tafsir. And then I'm still somehow new in Ijebode. So I just said, well, instead of me sitting at home doing nothing, I will come and attend the tafsir. So the tafsir will be taking place every Monday to Thursday, 4 to 6. So I said, okay, no problem. So I made it a must for me to go. So I went there, and it was anchored by Movigiwa Sahib. So during his lectures, I started noticing that there are some things that they are trying to preach that I have not heard about it before. There are some teachings that the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has asked Muslims, let me put it that way, to be doing, because that is the true Islam. For you to follow the teachings of the Holy Prophet, which is the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet.
Like what are your example of such things?
Example, Movigiwa Sahib made mention of Tahajjud then. Beforehand, I don't think I'm that good in waking up in the midnight to observe Tahajjud. No. But I was, during the tafsir, I was able to understand the blessings of Tahajjud, what you are going to get from Tahajjud. Because then they normally tell us that, okay, maybe if you want to ask for something from Allah, you want to do it, that's when you are entitled to
To
go for
observe
tahajjud.
Tahajjud.
So meanwhile, that's not how it's supposed to be. Even for you to just be making uh, supplications to Almighty
To
Allah
Allah.
without even asking of anything
Anything.
is something. Is blessings on its own. So it's not when you need assistance from Him, you start running to Him. So why can't you be doing some things that will fetch you more reward than asking of things? So during the tafsir programs, I told you before that it was during the
The
Ramadan
Ramadan
season.
time, yes.
So they also brought up, not even, they also made mention of intikaf,
It's a calf.
that there will be intikaf the last 10 days of
Last time they saw.
intikaf. I've never observed it before.
Wow.
I never attended such before, but I heard about it. I have friends who have been there before. So I got to told my parents that, okay, I would like to do so thing for 10 days in the mosques. Though my parents, they are Muslims, but their own Muslims is just to offer their 5 daily prayers.
Prayers.
They don't know anything again about it. So I put them through that, okay, intikaf is so thing that you need to do. These are where you observe, you put yourself in seclusion in the mosques for good 10 days. That is the last 10 days of Ramadan,
Ramadan, yeah.
where you ask for blessings from Almighty Allah, ask for forgiveness. And they welcomed the idea and asked me to go for it. So when I attended the intikaf, during the intikaf, when I was going, I went there with my foodstuffs. So not knowing that they have their own, what was it called? How will I put it? They have their own arrangement of doing things. You that is coming for intikaf, you're not expected to be cooking yourself. You don't even need any form of distraction when you are there. When it's time for you to eat, just go to the dining table, eat your food, and go back. Not when you're supposed to be offering tajud, you say they are cooking. So when I came in the first night, I was about to prepare food to eat. So one of the large nurse preparing the food came to me that the way she's looking at me, it seems I'm not an Ahmadi. I said, what do you mean by
being an Ahmadi?
Being an Ahmadi? She said, okay, no problem. That is this my first time here? I said, yes. Okay. She said, okay, that they have arrangements in which those that are coming in for the intikaf, they are not expected to be cooking on their own. That they will be the one to do the cooking. I said, I don't know about that. She said, no problem. So she asked me to pack my foodstuff and keep it somewhere else. That they are going to bring food for me. I was like, bring food? What do you mean by bring food? What about this one? Okay, can you take this then? So you prepare it and bring. She said, no, that the arrangement is there. I said, okay, no problem. So I was the conversation I had with her was not that clear to me. Not until during the sahur they brought food, asked me to eat. I ate without asking of, you are going to pay this, you are going to pay that. I ate the food, fine. So when during the iftar also, they brought fruits to the mosques. I was not the one paying for it because all those things I've told my parents that I'm going to need this, I'm going to need that. So they made it their own obligations that, okay, during your iftar, we'll bring something for you to the mosques to fast. But before they even came, I've taken my iftar already. So they was like, I said, these what I made say, these are their rules and regulations. They said, okay, no problem. So I need to tell my parents to the food stuff I brought that they should take it back home since they are not collecting it from me. So they should take it back home so at least they'll have something to eat at home. They said, okay. So that hospitality was like, well, and if I should see then, the people I had the intikaf together, at least 95% of them are Hamadi. So during my interactions with them,
Okay.
I didn't feel as if uh,
You,
maybe I'm somewhere out of my house.
you're an outsider.
Exactly. I felt at home. So though I started listening to some of their discussions, all those stuff, then and I get close to uh, there was an old man then that was there with us. We called that man Baba White, Baba White. So, and to be fortunate for me, he was also bearing Ibrahim. So the first day he had that I'm bearing Ibrahim.
Brian.
So he also took interest in me. So any small thing will call me, let's do this, let's do that. So I asked him, okay, Baba, they said so thing. This woman was asking me the other day that, am I an Ahmadi? What do you mean by Ahmadi? Then Baba, okay, for you to be called an Ahmadi, you have to accept Islam Ahmadiyya.
Ahmadiyya.
I was like, Islam Ahmadiyya? I've never heard of it before. So he said, okay, no problem. That is going to give me a pamphlet to go through that I should read. I said, okay, no problem. He went to Movigiwa. He collected the pamphlet. He gave it to me. I read through it. Said, okay, this sounds interesting. And so I told him that, okay, what if I want to
John, become a member.
become a member of Ahmadiyya? He said, am I sure? I said, yes. The next thing he said, Allahu Akbar. I said, Allah Akbar. What do you mean by Allah Akbar? Is it that something? He said, it seems I don't know the blessings that is coming with what I said I want to do. Firstly, I want to become an Ahmadi during the intikaf in the month of Ramadan. That is a huge blessing for me. He said, okay, let's see how it goes. Then he said, I'm going to sign bayat. I said, what do you mean by sign bayat? He said, okay, no problem. That he's going to give me the bayat form. I'll go through it. If I can abide with all the rules inside, then I'll sign it. I've become an Ahmadi.
So it's within the last 10 days of having
Last
this
10
itikaf,
days, exactly.
that was your first direct interaction with Ahmadiyya,
With an Ahmadi.
and that was the period you got convinced
Exactly.
of becoming a member of Ahmadiyya.
Exactly, because what got me convinced mostly was the hospitality there.
Allah Akbar. Alhamdulillah. That's a very interesting journey. Alhamdulillah. So, having said that, now, you told us that your parents are Muslims, not Ahmadis. So now, having taken that decision to, after your itikaf during the Ramadan, you went back home. After informing them, did you face any form of challenge or reaction from them, particularly as regards your decision to join the fold of Ahmadiyya?
Not at all. My parents are such a set of human beings, let me say. Anything you said you want to do on the right course, they will support you. That's just it. So even they like, because they didn't go to Islamic studies, all those stuff. They just know that they are Muslims. That's all what they know. Offer their 5 daily prayers, and that's all. So for me to say I want to do this, it's like an achievement for them. For them to have a child that's okay, he wants to go into this. So they say, okay, no problem, you are free. So I had no.
So alhamdulillah, that's interesting. You've mentioned welfareism, hospitality as the first thing that that got you inclined. So what other parts of the tenets of the Jama, particularly spiritually, teachings of the Jama, that resonates with you, that you feel very compelling, that gives you the assurance that you are indeed within the right space?
That's Islamic teachings. Yes, Islamic teachings. Because at times when I sit down and look, I I used to wish I should be a born Ahmadi. All those years I've lost during the Atfal period, at least I'll gain knowledge.
The first to 15 year
Exactly.
grade.
Exactly. I'll gain more knowledge because seeing them sitting down, reciting all sorts of things, reciting prayer after salat, all those stuff, is what you need to learn at a tender age. So all those teachings, though, Alhamdulillah, I'm into it now. Those that I don't know, I'm trying
To learn.
to pick up with it.
Yes.
So that Islamic teachings, because in Ahmadiyya, they have teachings for all stages. They have teachings for all stages. When you are at when you are Kudam, when you are at various ages, they have what you are supposed to know.
Don't know.
So those things also is something that inspired me most in.
Jazakumullah. So Alhamdulillah, bro. I mean, the teachings, particularly Islamic teachings, are one of the also parts of the things that resonates with you. Now, having experienced the two sides, being at first being a Muslim without being an Ahmadi, and now becoming an Ahmadi Muslim, what lifestyle changes, particularly spiritually, religious-wise, would you say you've noticed, you've imbibed ever since you've become a member of the Jama'ah?
Yes, my spiritual level has gotten higher because growing up with my parents, like I said before, all what they know about Islam is just for them to pray their 5 daily prayers, and that's all. So when they are facing challenges, instead of them to know that, okay, there is nothing that is above prayer, they prefer to go to some affairs that we are facing this, we are doing this, we are doing that, and they'll be okay, you have to buy this, you have to buy all what Islam does not teach us. So for me to be an Ahmadi, I let them know that all these things you are doing is not what Islam teaches at all. Whenever you are facing challenges, that's a sure thing that every human being is going to face.
Of course, yes.
Challenges at any point in time. But whenever you face challenges, you are supposed to move closer to your God, not seeking for help from a human being like you. Those that they have challenges on their own that they've not rectified.
Exactly.
So, me personally, whenever I have any challenges or when I share with my mom, she'll say, don't worry, don't go to anywhere. I'm just telling you because you are my mother, you are my father. I'm telling you, okay, this is what I'm facing, and this is how I'm going to tackle it. I believe with prayer, everything will be solved.
Alhamdulillah, bro. I mean, it's been a very interesting journey of yours. Dear viewers at home, we've been speaking with Brother Lawal Ibrahim, who's shared his experience with us. Particularly, he feels humbled for the fact that his relationship with the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat started during the month of Ramadan, during the last 10 days of Ramadan, during this itikaf, and he was particularly convinced by the hospitality and the relationship he had with members of the Jamaat during the last 10 days of Ramadan when he had his itikaf. It made us realize that during this time, the relationship he had with them was the major catalyst that propelled him into convincing himself that the best way for him to advance as a Muslim is to join the fold of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'ah. And alhamdulillah, brother Amin, as we continue with this story. Brother Ibrahim, now let's go a bit personal. Though you've informed us that after joining this Jama'at, get to learn teachings of Islam and that. However, how would you say you've evolved spiritually from the time when you weren't a member to now, from the time you joined the Jama'ah to this moment? How would you say you've evolved spiritually, your relationship? You've evolved in your spiritual dealings with Almighty Allah? How people say you've evolved spiritually?
Yeah, my 5 day. I don't place my 5 daily prayers before joining the fold. You know, yeah, there is this thing we normally do then, even though you didn't pray your Zuhr prayer, your Ashri prayer, your Maghrib, you can come back in the night and
Just put everything
put
together.
everything together, which is not advisable at all. It's not the teachings of the Holy Prophet. So me joining the Jamaat has enabled me to know more about the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, and for you to be combining prayers without a genuine reason is not well speaking of. So you have to know what you are doing. Pick the Islam you are holding. You have to handle it with good sincerity. That okay, this is what I want to do. So with that, I can say my spiritual level has grown higher because my tajud at least twice in a week.
To make
Alhamdulillah, which I was not having
before. Alhamdulillah. Now, having personally witnessed this spiritual growth yourself and appreciated it, have you been able to take steps to influence perhaps your co-workers, those around you, to influence them spiritually?
Yes. Even before going to my co-workers, my boss personally, that I learned the electrical and rewinding from. He has this thing that he don't normally. He's a Christian, so and he don't normally favor the Muslims when it comes to Asa. I want to go and pray. He will not allow. But when I got there, if I said I want to go and pray 10 times, he said he can go. And he also made mention of it that the way I used to behave is different, because I had a senior then that I met there that he was also a Muslim, but he's no more praying. So I asked him one day, why are you not praying? I will say I'm going to. He said, when he came newly, that if he asked boss that he wants to go and pray, they will say he should not go. That he should not go. That what is he going to pray? That he's praying. So then I now noticed that okay, I've even known the reason why they say you should not go, because you yourself, your behavior is not I would say, let me use this word, it's not that good. Because when they ask you something, this thing is white, you say it's black. So with all those things, and you now say after such an event, you now say you want to go and
it doesn't
pray.
represent Islam as
Exactly.
it's
So for me, at least my boss, whenever I said I want to do this, but even if I want to take permission that I'm going for a program a week, the only thing will just tell me, inform your parents, they should tell me, you can go.
Alhamdulillah. So it's safe to say that one of your major influences that you've been able to influence your boss to appreciate Islam.
Appreciate Islam, exactly.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So coming back to the Jama'ah itself, as an Ahmadi Muslim now, we understand the significance of Khilafat Ahmadiyya within the fold of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'at, and we also understand the relationship, a personal relationship we'd like to have with the Khalifa. How would you describe your relationship with the Khalifa of the time?
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Ahmadiyya is a sect that is ruled, let's say, that has one imam. That whatever Ahmadiyya in Ogun State are doing, that's exactly what the ones in Osun State will be doing.
Yes.
Thanks to the Khalifa of the time. When I joined the fold newly, I was told these are the things you have to be doing for you to get more blessings from Allah, or you are going through difficulty, you write to the Khalifa. I said, Khalifa, where is he staying? He said, he's in the UK. UK. How will I write from here? You mean I should write on paper or through text message? He said, no, you just write. We'll send it to the headquarters from there. So I said, okay, let me try it. Everything deals with practical. Because I also believe in practical because I'm a science student.
Of course.
So I wrote the letter, I gave it to the head of the youth wing then. So they sent it. And after a few months, I received
A response.
So I was like, and the response was even colliding with what I asked. So I said, well, I think this is a very good thing. So since then, I've made it an habit. Even when I was seeking for a spouse, also I also write to the Khalifa that okay, these are the things I want to do, and Alhamdulillah.
That's a wonderful example of having a personal relationship with the Caliph al-Hafid. Alhamdulillah. So we're coming towards the end of our discussion. So on a final note, would have persons also who had been in your position, who are also in a position right now, in a position where at a particular point in time, trying to make a decision of joining the fold of Ahmadiyya. So what advice you would give such person who perhaps had already has a relationship with the Jamaat, but yet to join the fold, but thinking of joining the fold of Jamaat Ahmadiyya, perhaps with a bit of doubt or something? What advice you would have for such person?
I only have just one advice to the person. Because even God says, for you to worship me, you have to know me. So there is no how you want to do something without knowing what you want to do. You have to have knowledge of what you want to do. You want to go into a business, you have to know, okay, these are the things I will encounter during the business schedule. So when you know about what you want to do, it will guide you. So I will advise the person, it's a blessing to join Islam Ahmadiyya to be with the Khalifa of the time. And if you have any doubts, just move close to the Jamaat. Ask questions. Read books. I believe with that, you'll be convinced.
Alhamdulillah, Rami. Jazakumullah khairan. We appreciate you for your time. We appreciate you for sharing your experience with us. We are truly inspired, and I believe our viewers at home are equally inspired as well. Alhamdulillah, dear viewers, we have come to the end of this session. We've been speaking with Brother Ibrahim Lawal, who has shared his experience with us. A very inspiring one at that. And we hope viewers at home have also taken one or two things from his experience to be able to, convince ourselves that we are indeed in the right path, which is the path of Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam. Jazakumullah khairan for viewers again, and thank you for being with us from inception till this period. For further comments, questions, and feedback, please reach us on africa@mca.tv. Till we meet again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Rasulullah